This woman took out a restraining order against a guy, but right before it was finalized, she went to his house and beat him up while he slept. Then, 2 days later, she got the permanent injunction granted against him. 4 months later, she was finally arrested, literally the day before she planned to leave for a cruise. Now her lawyer is trying to spring her out of jail so she doesn't miss the ship. Will she get to go on the cruise? And if she does, you have to ask yourself, do consequences even matter?
Morning.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, you have been charged with 1 count of domestic battery. What is, I guess, what is the state's position on this?
State's position is asking for an elevated bond of $1,500 due to the circumstances. The state will note that she has a lack of priors. In terms of conviction, she did complete CTI back in 2012, but due to the circumstances of this case where she arrived at the victim's residence unannounced, proceeded into his bedroom where he was sleeping, proceeded to attack him, and then proceeded to keep attacking him. The state's position is $1,500 bond, Judge.
Let me ask, she has a prior no pos that's domestic as well. Is this the same victim
Um,
or same alleged victim? Forgive me.
I will have to check. 1 second.
Mr. Cutler, what's your position, sir?
Judge, if I may, my client's a citizen, South Florida resident her entire life. She has a daughter with the victim, 3 years old. She resides with her grandmother. She has family here, sister, mother. I'm asking for something a little unusual for the following reason. She's supposed to go on a cruise today with the entire family for a pre-planned vacation. It's a week cruise to Mexico, Honduras, and the Bahamas, and I have the family members in the waiting room. I'm asking the court to consider an ROR for the only reason that that's about the only condition of release that would get her out in time to get on that boat at 5 o'clock today. She's not at risk of flight. Yes, she does have that prior. I think it may even be with the father, and he's got a number of arrests himself.
Whole mess. And if this is true, that the day before her cruise, when she should have been packing, if it's she goes over to his house and beats him.
Judge, Judge, not to
no,
interrupt, but I
and it's
believe
one
this,
piece of evidence.
Judge, I believe this happened a while ago and they just picked her up. Could you take a look at the
Right, it
date?
happened in March. You're absolutely right.
And Judge, I cannot answer the question as to what the previous
Run it and see, just.
victim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. What's the state's position on the ROR?
The
The
state,
child's not going, correct? Mr. Cutler,
I'm sorry,
child's not going, correct, on this cruise?
could we ask her? I don't want to stay if I'm not certain.
Paraphrase, the child is not going on the cruise.
Yeah.
Ms.
My
Hernandez.
child? Yes, my child is going on a cruise.
Mm,
I have a restraining order versus the dad. Which is the person that I had the altercation with in March. We have this a 5-year injunction, final order, and it was happened. I put the order in the day before or 2 days before this situation happened.
And so what's the position from the domestic violence court on, she says it's a permanent injunction. Does the state see that?
Your Honor, the state does not see that at this time.
Mhm.
In terms of domestic violence injunctions, again, Your Honor, you're going to have to pardon my inexperience with domestic.
That's okay. Time him, right. So I'm gonna ask the state to run it and see, just to see the prior victim from 2022, okay? And then I'm gonna run it and see if you can't find for your alleged victim, whether there is a permanent injunction that has been issued in this case. I guess I could try to find it, but I don't know. If I tried to run this victim's name, I would get probably 2,000 entries. I'm going to, Mr. Cutler, can you hold on for a few minutes?
Absolutely. I'll stay muted. Could we return to Ms. Hernandez possibly?
We address Ms. Hernandez's case so that Mr. Cutler can go about his Saturday?
That's correct, Your Honor. These are different victims in this case.
Different victim.
Yes.
All right. So what's the state's position on Ms. Hernandez going on her cruise?
Your Honor, the state would be objecting. I mean, she went to this man's house as he was sleeping and battered him.
3 months ago. 4 months ago.
Still,
No,
4 months ago. And then is it true that 2 days later she gets a permanent injunction against him?
that seems like that's what's been represented.
So if she has a permanent injunction against him,
She violated her own permanent injunction that she had applied.
well, no, she didn't.
Well,
Well,
she did that. You
potentially,
see what I'm saying?
potentially. And then why does it take 4 months to arrest this kid?
That I can't answer.
Nor can I.
Can I?
No, stay quiet.
I think your attorney's doing a fine job. Of
May I, Judge?
course you can, Mr. Cotler.
Judge, I'm not looking to litigate the case this morning. I will be representing her. I'll be filing a pleading today. She's not a flight risk. She's not a danger to the community. She will stay away from him. And once she gets back, I will deal with the state and try to work this out.
He was clearly a danger to the victim, a sleeping victim in his own home, seemingly unprovoked within the four corners of the A form.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Listen, if she's trying to get an injunction against him, okay, and she goes over to his house and beats him up while he's sleeping, then he has a wonderful argument for having his permanent injunction vacated. The problem is I'm stuck here, so I clearly find probable cause. The question is, what do I do with a lady who seems to get in relationships with boyfriends that don't go very well? Okay, so either she needs to stay single or find new boyfriends, and she's going with her family and the baby.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the baby's birthday.
Takes 4 months to arrest her.
May I one more time, Judge?
Oh, Mr. Cutler, give me one. I'm just trying to read here, okay?
Sorry.
Oh, you've done absolutely nothing wrong. And she's located at her residence at 4:43 on July 4th in the morning. So bizarre. Go ahead, Mr. Cutler.
Judge, the only real difference here, if you ROR her versus her paying a $1,500 bond, either way, she's going to show up for court. Giving her the $1,500 bond is not going to protect the community anymore. It boils down to, is she going to show up for court? And the difference between those two are
Problem is she has apparently really bad taste in men or whatever. Because I mean,
that I can't argue
it's
with.
like at some point you need to do something different.
I would agree.
All right. No firearms. No contact with him. Is there a dependency case, Mr. Cotler?
I don't know. I don't handle that area. We can ask her if you'd like.
Ms. Hernandez, is
Mm.
EF involved in your lives?
At all. Not at all. I'm the only one on the birth certificate. She has my last name. And can I say something else or so you,
You've said enough.
okay.
You are not allowed to go to his house. You are not allowed to Snapchat him. As a matter of fact, you are required to stay off of social media while you're on your cruise. Do you understand that?
Perfect. Will do.
No posting pretty pictures
Nothing.
of beaches and all of that, not
I
happening.
won't. I don't even post personal things at all. Thank you.
When you get back, you are to turn your passport over to Mr. Cotler. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are not allowed to contact him. You are not allowed to have your mother contact him, your cousin contact him, or someone else that you know contact.
Understood. Completely.
If you have to question it, you are not allowed to do it. Does that make any sense?
Perfect sense. Thank you, Judge.
Correct my decision.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Thank
Judge,
you.
one question.
Yes.
Do you want me to hold the passport as an officer of the court or turn it into the clerk?
You can hold it as an officer, Mr. Cotler. Your relationship, 25 years, I know you'll do the right thing.
Thank you, I will.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Yana, what's the disposition for Ms. Hernandez?
PC is found. Stay away order is issued. She is ROR'd today. Please expedite.
And she has permission for the cruise, Judge?
Yes. Do I need to sign an order on that? Probably. Do we have a blank order?
Possibly.
Okay. I'll sign it right now so that she can travel. Okay.
Thank you very much, Judge.
With her family.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't need to do it. Apparently, I don't need it, Mr. Cotler. If you want
Okay.
me to sign it in an abundance of caution, I'm happy to do it.
I would only because if I can get it into her hands for the cruise, it might make it easier coming back into the country.
She should be able to get back into the country. She's a citizen, right?
Yes, but I just figured if they question it, she can show the order.
Let's get a blank order, just a blank. Just a blank order. That's it, right there. That's it.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry to slow up court.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up,